Today I have 10 tips for you guys in relation to graphic design and freelancing in the industry. So stay tuned and listen to my 10 tips for freelancing in graphic design. What is up, people? Welcome back to Satori Graphics, the home of graphic design content right here on YouTube. Now, last week I made a video on ways that you can earn money as a graphic designer that are not in relation to freelancing. They mainly involve passive income, so if you want to check out that video, go back on my channel and have a look. Today, however, we're going to be looking at freelancing, and I'm going to offer you guys my tips for freelancing as a graphic designer online. Now, it's quite funny because decades ago in graphic design, what commonly took place was a graphic designer would go into a design agency or part of a design team, and that's where they would make their career. When they get towards the end of their career, that is when they would go into freelancing. This was what commonly took place. Nowadays, however, people go to university or college, and when they finish their design courses, they immediately go straight into freelancing. So things have kind of turned upside down in the design industry as of late. But here are my 10 tips for you guys in relation to freelancing as a graphic designer. Now, the first one is quite a big one, and it's something I see everywhere online, and that is do not undersell yourself as a graphic designer to clients. On the internet, there's a huge spectrum of different prices and values for design work. This ranges from a logo design for $5 all the way up to hundreds and thousands of dollars for a branding project. You need to take a good look at yourself and your design work, and don't buckle down under pressure to sell your work for cheap prices. This is going to devalue yourself and your time as a designer, and it's not going to be worth your while working hard on a design for such low prices where they could actually be making more money doing a normal 9-to-5 job in retail, for example. So never undersell yourself as a graphic designer. If a client doesn't want to give you the amount of money that you need or you want for a design project, simply move on. That's their loss, and there's plenty more fish in the sea, as they say. Another good tip in relation to working with clients as a graphic designer is how you talk to them. You need to familiarize yourself with design terminology and use keywords that all professional designers use. Now, this is going to make you seem like you know what you're talking about, and hopefully you do know what you're talking about. So whenever you talk about a project or design, use words that designers commonly use. So things like bleed, vector, strokes, all these technical terms that every single designer should know about. This is only going to make yourself look more hireable and more professional when you're talking to clients. Now, another good point when it comes to dealing with customers or clients is your customer service. You should always sell yourself and your work, but you should always do it in a tactful manner, and you should always be polite and considerate. That's not to say that you should be a doormat and you should be walked all over on and trodden on. If a client or a customer is happy with your work, they're going to be inclined to tell other people about your services. And that's only going to boost your portfolio of work and the work that you actually are hired to do. On the other hand, if you're a cold, harsh person who comes across as a person that nobody wants to associate with, people will then tell others about you and how you actually present yourself. This is only going to go against your favor of being a professional, successful freelancer in graphic design. This is something that many designers overlook, and it is pen and pencil. Before you start any design project in Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever, it's always a good idea to sketch down your ideas first. This is because you want to get these ideas from your mind onto a physical form quickly and easily. And you can develop ideas in a very skillful and easy manner on paper before you take them to a digital realm. Another big point here when you're freelancing as a graphic designer is to remember who your target market is. So maybe you're designing something for, teenagers for like a pop culture magazine. You're not going to make the design really formal, contemporary as you would for maybe an upper class, more older audience. You really do need to keep in mind who your target market is, because as designers, we create physical communication for people to observe and to soak in. And it needs to be relevant to those people and the target market that's going to reach. This is something I've been using a lot in the last 2 years of my graphic design work, and also my life in general. And some of you guys might know about the Nike slogan, "Just do it." It was actually turned into a meme by Shia LaBeouf. Do it! Just do it! But I've been using it in my projects and also in my life. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Just get up and just do it. Once you start doing things and you start getting into a rhythm, it's easy. It's just the initial push to go and do something that is often the hard part. I know procrastination is a problem for many people, but if you simply just start doing it, you will start enjoying yourself after doing it. As a designer, I do love designing things and creating cool designs. But there are these days where you don't feel like doing anything. And if you do have a deadline that you must meet, use this slogan, just do it. On the other side of things, you really do want to save yourself time to relax and do things that you want to do in your life. Your entire life and being shouldn't be your projects and your graphic design work. You should do things that you really enjoy away from the computer screen, so you don't get burned out and you don't fry your brain. So it's important to manage your time between relaxation and downtime, as well as your work projects. Now the previous 2 points lead on to my next point, and that's to make a plan of action. I find that if you plan out your day or your days or weeks ahead, things run a lot more smoothly. So maybe in the morning you have to design a logo, and in the afternoon you have to work on a business card, for example. Just plan out your plan of action so you know mentally what you need to be doing and when. I'm the kind of person who does need structure, so this one really does help me as a graphic designer. Of course, you might stray away from the plan, but when you do actually have a plan, you might find that you get things done a lot easier and a lot more smoothly. As social media is a big one, as a freelance graphic designer, you cannot rely on one website to gain all the traffic and the clients that you need. You need to have a big presence on social media. So that involves having an Instagram account, having Twitter, having a Behance profile. All of these things are going to help you get more clients as a freelance graphic designer. And you shouldn't just post your work, you should always engage in groups and also hashtags that are relevant to graphic design and freelancers. When you have a bigger presence on social media and you have more notoriety, you can have more customers or potential clients coming to you because your name is actually out there as a graphic designer. So get social networking, people. Now the last tip in today's video on 10 tips for you guys in freelance graphic design is something I've said a lot on this channel, and that is your portfolio of work. Now you don't have to have a portfolio website, but I do actually suggest that you get one because you have full control over a portfolio website as opposed to a social media account. If you have a portfolio of work, you can direct potential customers on freelance websites to your portfolio website. Now this is going to really help you because it shows you're more professional and it shows that you have a vast experience of work as a graphic designer. The more experienced you are, the more likely someone's going to hire you as a freelance graphic designer. So there are my 10 tips for you guys on freelancing as a graphic designer. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video in the comment section below. Like and share my content if you do find it useful. And of course, subscribe to Satori Graphics if you haven't done already. It's really hot here today. It's like 34 degrees Celsius and the humidity is up to 80%. So I'm kind of sweltering making this video for you guys today. But anyway, I'm going to be back tomorrow. And until then, design your future today. Peace.